there, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the Torgo Entertainment YouTube channel. Torgo here. Welcome back to another gig log, and this time we DJ a fundraiser.
I'm not going to tell you again. You turn around, you put your hands on your head.
Ooh.
I don't typically film on the road anymore because logistically it's a bit of a nightmare. But I haven't had the chance to be in my office / recording studio today because of scheduling. I had to drive 3.5 hours this morning to check out a wedding venue for a wedding I'm doing in September. You'll see a gig log for that, eventually. And then I had to drive straight back to do tonight's gig, which is the Clemens Center Backstage Pass Gala. It is an annual fundraiser for the Clemens Center, which is in Elmira, New York. Let's go to the map. I don't know where I'm going to point there and show you exactly where it is. From where Corning is, it's like 25 minutes away, 30 minutes away, but obviously my travel path is a little more roundabout this time. The Clemens Center is the venue for all the shows in Elmira. So they have a lot of things come through. There are a lot of off-Broadway productions. My high school graduation was there, actually. And every year they have an annual fundraiser because, the arts. One woman who works these events at the Clemens Center, I went to high school with. She was a year below me. Her name is Kate. And she's asked me in the past to DJ this event, but it's never worked out with my schedule. I've always had something else going on. And if the camera is sliding a little bit, I apologize. It usually falls the same weekend as SSNCT, the Small School National Trivia Championships, that I co-moderate in Chicago. Now, what's weird about this event is it's only 1 hour of DJing. The event starts at 6 p.m., but I'm only DJing from 10 to 11. There's a lot of other stuff going on there. And I've been to this venue many times, but I've never actually played there, so I'm very curious how that's going to work. But I get to try out my new lights, the Ape Labs sticks, the 2.0 sticks, and I've had a little bit of a headache trying to figure out how this is going to work because I also have the gravity stands that I'm going to mount them on. I'm going to have them in a vertical orientation. That was the vision. 2 ape sticks per gravity stand for gravity stands. However, I needed to get the gravity stands because the Ape Labs sticks come with magnets, and there are not very many stands out there that are magnetic. So I had to get stainless steel ones, and they're much more expensive, unfortunately, than just like an aluminum pipe. But another problem that I ended up coming across was the actual weight of the lights. They're not heavy at all, but they're too heavy for, ironically, gravity, and they kept sliding down. So I had to figure out how am I going to get them to stay. And literally, on the way back from the venue visits today, I realized I was passing a guitar center in Johnson City, and I picked up some clamps. I got 8 clamps. There's no real brand on them or anything. They're $15 a pop, and I'm hoping that they are going to clamp onto the stands, and that will provide enough of a buffer to prevent the lights from falling down. So that's my engineering brain at work. Hopefully that's going to work out for me. So time-wise, I'm about an hour away from the venue. It's 10 of 3 right now. I told them I would get there around 4 o'clock, so that gives me about 2 hours to set up. I like having 3 for larger setups, especially if it's a wedding, but it's 1 setup, and I don't have truss anymore, so that saves me a ton of time. So I'm thinking 2 should be enough. Rachel will meet me there at some point. One of the conditions of this event that the venue provided is that they're actually giving Rachel and I passes to check out the event, because it kind of stinks that we have to set up everything by 6 and then I don't have to actually play until 10. So that kind of stinks, but what are you gonna do? But I hope you're ready for this one, a different kind of gig log. I like having non-weddings and non-proms as gig logs because it shows a little bit of diversity in what I can offer. So I'm on the road right now, and the last thing we need to do is get to the gig. Let's go! How am I gonna shut this off while I'm driving? Oh boy. Maybe. There we go. Once again, the aerial view of the Clemens Center doesn't do much good. Yeah, I could show you the path, but with multiple stories, it doesn't tell that much of a story for you. So the only thing I can do is show you the footage of the load-in. So we move over here. I had to park here next to the building. It was raining out, unfortunately. This long place to even get inside the building, and I couldn't leave my car there. That's the main entrance, so follow my finger. So the elevator's down there. Gotta take the elevator up to the second floor. It's not a very roomy elevator. Come out there, and then we zoom out, and it shows you the path. So we just gotta maneuver along the balcony, and what are these lights? So apparently their previous DJ was gonna have no lights, so they bought lights, and they're like, you can use them, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, no. And they had a bunch of uplighting, which they ended up using downstairs, just, some Rockville pars, but no, I'm not gonna use those. I don't wanna use other people's lights, quality notwithstanding. And there we have the overlook, and I can show you that they have their own uplighting, which is what I showed you previously. And I'll start on this end to show you how I did things. So I have my 6 Ape Labs Maxis using as uplighting along this wall just to light it up a little bit. And here we have the setup. Look at these sticks. I'm so happy. There's 8 sticks total, 4 pairs. And I have them a little off-center just because I wanted to light up the area more. So we start with the gravity stand base plate and the gravity stand. And as I had mentioned previously, it is stainless steel. There's the clamps that I bought from Guitar Center. And you can see the magnets on the ape sticks and how everything is configured. I'll show you a little bit closer because I'm really happy with this and I don't see a lot of guides. Alright, so this idea works and I want to show people who may be getting the sticks. So check this out. So we have the Ape Lab sticks and they have magnetic tips. And this is steel. This is stainless steel. But unfortunately, they would slide down because of the weight of the lights. So I bought these clamps and the tip of the light just kind of sits on there. Even if this, it's enough, but even if this falls, it'll just catch right there. Same thing on the bottom. And we got the gravity base plate. And that's how I rig it. Cannot argue with that. And on top of that, we have my Bose the 812s, the F1 setup. I need to remember the names of those. The subs and the tops. It's a little tight, especially because I could not move the lighting rigs because they had set those up so they could not move, thinking that the DJ would use them, but no. There's a dress shirt that I brought just as a spare. I ended up not really using it. Here we have the other side of my DJ booth. We have the Roland DJ 808 controller. We have the Shure ULXD microphones in there. We have the spare battery holder, and we have the business card holder. Always good to have those on hand. We have Virtual DJ running on my Samsung Odyssey Z notebook. And here we have my tablet running the Ape Labs app. Unfortunately, my iPad ended up kind of getting fried when I tried to update it, so we had to go to this, and that's because we have the Ape Labs Connect, which is essentially the same thing as the ADJ Airstream DMX Bridge, just, Ape Labs proprietary. Works very similarly, except it uses Bluetooth, which I'm much happier with. That's a far more secure connection, not quite as outdated. Yeah, the cords. The orange ones are mine, the black ones are not mine, to give you an idea. We have my Allendale Defenders and my anti-fatigue mat, which is not great on carpets, and that's pretty much everything we have, so it is time to, in some way, level up. I don't know what level this is. Let's go.
Everybody, 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 everybody.
And I'm back the morning after. That was an interesting gig, particularly because what I thought was going to be a 1-hour set turned into a 30-minute set. When you're part of an itinerary of entertainment options at an event, you run the risk of people ahead of you going late, and that's exactly what happened. A Mentalist was scheduled to be ahead of me from 9 to 10, and the Mentalist ended up going until 10:30. I started playing music right at 10 o'clock because, hey, I'm there for 1 hour, I'm gonna play, I'm gonna make sure that I'm there to do what they paid me to do. However, that first 30 minutes, I was playing for more or less an empty room, 1 or 2 people tops. But then once the Mentalist ended at 10:30, people started trickling in, and you could tell by the footage, people were dancing and having fun. Naturally, 11 o'clock rolls around, I'm shutting the shop down, and everybody's like, that's it? Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's on the schedule. I'm there until 11 o'clock. What do you want? I enjoyed doing this event, but the load-in was a huge pain, as you saw in the footage. And having to set up everything by 6 and then just kind of waiting around for 4 hours, I don't know if this is something I would do again purely from a logistics standpoint. Great cause, all for it, just a huge time investment for not that much return, unfortunately. Let me know down in the comments if you've had gigs like that, where you put in a ton of time for very little playing on your end, and it just ended up not really being worth it. No disrespect to the Clemens Center at all. A playlist will be at the tail end of this video, and it's not gonna be a very long one. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Torgo at Torgo Entertainment. Next weekend, the first 2 weddings of 2023, at least for my business. And they're back-to-back days, but don't get used to it. It's the only back-to-back I have this entire year. And I will see you then at the next gig log. Join me then. Take care.
Esta música es para ti, alegría de una samba.